What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Marketing Marauders. Today, we're going to be going over Snapchat. Um, so, today's date is the 29th of July, and currently the stock is at $17.50, which is pretty good considering where it opened at and where it has been the past couple of months. So, I'm just going to go into a synopsis and then give my opinion of the stock and see if you all agree with that or not. So basically, diving into the news. So first, we're going to talk about uh, Snapchat has been making some headway into improving their company and making it more marketable. They have Snapchat Partner Summit, and they have these Snapchat Originals. Sort of this kind of reminds me of like um, Netflix and their little shows that they have. It's just a smaller version of it. They have Two Sides, Can't Talk Now, Sneakerheads, Commanders. I think these are all things that you can subscribe to. Just have monthly things that you can, or weekly even things that you can go and be a part of, which is a nice touch to have. Secondly, they have these Snapchat games. I know me personally, my Snapchat, I've played some Snapchat games. Uh, in the beginning, they were a little iffy, a little glitchy on my end, but that's because I have an Android. But you know, everyone else that I've seen play them or have them, they've been pretty good. And I think it's a pretty cool concept. Another way people can connect together. Um, One cool thing that I think would be nice is if they had an option to where, you could put money on these games. That would be pretty nice. A nice feature. Like, okay, let's say you had a game, put $2 down, your friend puts $2 down, and at the end the person gets $4 because they do have Snapchat money. So just another feature to add on to there. Another thing they have is they updated the Android Snapchat app. Yes. So, this is huge because, everybody that has an Android can tell you it's been a struggle with Android and Snapchat. Um, to the point where some people probably have switched over to iPhone. It's been that bad. But I wouldn't do that just for one app. But some people have, you know. Um, so that's a wonderful news that they're taking the time and they think of the customer and, you know, all the problems that have come up, they are seemingly trying to address, which is always a good thing, when the company listens to complaints of essentially customers, which is us. It's kind of hard to think of, like an app being you downloading an app, you being a customer, but I mean, you are a customer. They're making these adjustments and improvements to market towards a consumer, which is whoever downloads the app. Uh, Lastly, I want to go over the Q2 earnings. So this is just like the highlights of it. This is found on their website, Snap Inc. Q2 2019 earnings. I'm just going to highlight a couple of these things. So they said their revenue increased 48% uh, year over year to 388 million, and average revenue per user increased 37% year over year to a dollar 91. So these are really good numbers that are coming out. Some more of the highlights um, is that they added 13 million daily users to the second quarter and saw an increased engagement across key metrics. So I know one big thing that I did for my graduation is I made a Snapchat filter for my graduation, a geo filter, which was pretty cool. Um, Most people didn't have that, but I think it's a nice touch that you can go in as an independent creator and make uh, geo filter. I think that's a really cool thing that you can do. Um, Also, it says that daily active users, 203 million, were 203 million compared to 190 million in Q1. So, I mean, they're steadily increasing their numbers of users, which is, a great thing, especially with a company that's so socially heavy. You know, if they continue to do that, then I think they'll be good for the long run. Also, another business highlight. So recently launched the new generation of AR lenses. So that's awesome as well. And their cash flow is pretty good. Let's see what else. And then it says that they saw more than 10% increase in the retention rate of people who open Snapchat for the first time. So, I mean, I feel like the company as a whole is growing, um, and I feel like the more that they continue to fix the problems that they have, that being the Android app, that being, connectivity, or having ways to market Snapchat as a whole, I think that will increase the company and increase its revenue. I mean, Snapchat is pretty big, but you know, if they continue to add more and more users and find more and more ways to increase the company, I think that that will overall raise the stock price. So I'm gonna give Snapchat a hold. I'm gonna say, you know, from what's going on, it's going to take a while for these things to come into effect. So, like, for people to, start playing more and more of the Snapchat games, for people to start looking more at the short stories, and then to, continue to increase the app on Android and making that better. And more connectivity with the users, as well as incorporating more of those lenses like the geo filter and lenses that people themselves can create. Giving users more connectivity, I think overall will help them to increase their sales and profitability. So I'm going to give it a hold and say, still waiting to see how all of those changes end up in the long term for quarter 3. Um, Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video. I'll see y'all next time.